Okay, let's talk about the Arjun. This is India's very first homegrown main battle tank. And, well, it's an absolute beast. I mean, just look at it. It's one of the heaviest, most ridiculously armored tanks on the entire planet. Pretty much a fortress on tracks. But, getting it built was a long, bumpy, and pretty controversial road. And it makes you wonder about a really big question. In today's world, is being bigger always better? So, when you're looking at a monster machine like this, how do you even begin to size it up, right? What's the real difference between a tank that goes down in history and one that's just a really expensive mistake? It's actually not as complicated as you might think. It really all boils down to a classic, timeless balancing act between just three things: protection, firepower, and mobility. The big questions are, can it take a punch, can it deliver one, and can it get to where the fight is? Every single tank out there is a compromise between these three. And let me tell you, the Arjun story is one of the most interesting examples of that trade-off. All right, let's start with the one thing you just can't ignore about the Arjun. It's the first thing you notice. This tank is, well, to put it mildly, it's absolutely massive. Just look at that number, 68.5 tons. That's its reported weight when it's ready for combat. That figure is just incredible, and it puts the Arjun in a very, very exclusive club of super heavy armor. And to give you some perspective, the Arjun actually outweighs some of the most famous tanks in the world. We're talking about the American M1 Abrams and the British Challenger too. Now, this wasn't some kind of accident. It was a very deliberate design choice. And all that weight? Well, it serves one main purpose. And that purpose brings us right to our first big topic: protection. The whole idea behind the Arjun's design seems to prioritize keeping the crew safe above almost everything else. It really is a fortress on tracks. So, what's the secret sauce here? It's something called Kanchan armor. This is an advanced composite armor developed right in India, and it has a reputation for being insanely tough. Word is, during trials, it defeated every kind of shell thrown at it, even at point-blank range. Just think about that. So, how does it actually work? Well, it's not just a big slab of steel. Kanchan is more like a really sophisticated high-tech layer cake. You've got composite plates, then traditional rolled steel armor, and then a special mix of things like fiberglass, ceramic, and aluminum. Each layer is designed to do something different to an incoming shell, to break it up, slow it down, and just soak up all that energy. And believe me, it doesn't stop there. The Arjun is just covered in extra defenses. You've got these explosive reactive armor blocks that basically fight fire with fire, an infrared jammer to mess with heat-seeking missiles, and even that giant mine plow on the front. This thing was built from the ground up to survive. Okay, so it can take a serious hit, but a fortress is pretty useless if it can't fight back, right? So let's talk about how the Arjun brings the pain. Its offensive power is all built around a very smart hunter-killer system. The heart of its firepower is this powerful 120mm rifled gun. Now, the rifled part is key. It gives the gun fantastic accuracy, and it means it can fire a whole bunch of different specialized ammo depending on what it's shooting at. So what kind of ammo are we talking about? Well, you've got these kinetic energy rounds, which are basically giant metal darts flying at incredible speeds to punch through armor. Then you've got high explosive rounds that use a shape charge to literally melt through steel. But the real game changer is the plan to add the Israeli Lahat missile. This would let the Arjun hit targets up to 8 kilometers away, way beyond what most other tanks can reach. And this hunter-killer system is what makes it so lethal. It's like having two sets of eyes working at once. While the gunner is busy dealing with one target, the commander is already scanning the whole battlefield for the next threat. As soon as the commander finds something, boom, the turret automatically snaps to the new target. The gunner can engage almost instantly. It's all about speed, and it makes the tank incredibly efficient in a fight. So, we've got incredible protection, check, and we've got some seriously potent firepower, check. But what about that third critical piece of the puzzle, mobility? Well, this is where the Arjun story starts to get a little complicated. To move almost 70 tons of metal, you need a serious engine. And the Arjun has one. It's packing a German-designed MTU diesel engine that kicks out an impressive 1,400 horsepower. I mean, that is a huge amount of power. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Even with that monster engine, the tank's own weight just bogs it down. Off-road, its top speed is a pretty slow 40 kilometers per hour. And what that means is it really struggles to keep up with faster, lighter vehicles. In a fast-moving battle, it can be slow to get where it needs to be. You see, all that incredible armor, it comes at a direct cost to speed and agility. So, let's put it all together. You've got fortress-like protection, advanced firepower, but challenging mobility. What's the final verdict on India's heavyweight champion? On the plus side, its protection is genuinely world-class, and that Lahat missile capability gives it a long-range punch that's hard to beat. But then you've got the downsides. Its extreme weight just crushes its mobility. It creates logistical nightmares. You can't just drive this thing over any old bridge. And on top of that, it had a very long development, which means some of its tech was already getting a little old by the time it actually rolled